When I was a child, I was raising hell buck wild, always separated from the crowd. When I was a kid, I was doing juvenile biz, slinging down bags of the mids. Now I'm all grown, walking through this life all alone, never knowing where to call home. I'm alright when I'm stoned, yeah, I'm alright when I'm stoned. I'ma fight till I'm gone. Y'all know I be going through it, always living in the grasp of death. One thing about me true is I demand respect. Seeing me defeat is something that I can't accept. Leaving peaceful is something that I plan to reject. Stand in their chest, yeah, anyone that gets in my way. Life's been hard for me, I don't think it's fiction to change. Trying to find peace of mind, they be thinking I'm strange. Meditating, getting blazed, trying to listen to rain. Our vision's the same, we all wanna live and to grow. I won't never come up in this world sitting at home. Young hustler, 17, getting them gone. The streets raised me, no wonder y'all been getting me wrong. But it's probably gonna be another late night. Vampire, I'm avoiding daylight. I don't wanna stay, not another damn day. Man, it's something about this place really make me hate life. What you know about peeking in the window, mama getting high? No food up in the house, kids learning to survive. Never had a father figure showing me wrong from right. We was outside, raising hell all through the night. Most of my friends from back then, they either dead or gone to prison. Grown folks said it, where we was headed, but we ain't listen. Ever since I was a kid, I always made the wrong decisions, had to. That's why I did it, I ain't looking for a pig. When I was a child, I was raising hell buck wild, always separated from the crowd. When I was a
You can tell Yvette and try to rejoin. I'm gonna put Josie. Can you hear me? I'm gonna put you as a co-host and only let in people that try to join that are regular people to this meeting. Because you see how bad I just got bombed by like a billion fucking people. And meaning tell you that and try to rejoin because I accidentally, because I have so many people trying to join spam this shit that I denied her that she has decided to rejoin. That was your people. You unmute, meaning, oh, let me change that setting. Hold on. Try it now.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I added you as a co-host. So what I'm gonna do, handle you too. Any regular people that come in, I'm gonna add as a co-host. If somebody pops up trying to get in, and you don't know if they're a regular or not, don't do nothing. And me and Josie know all the regulars; those will get denied. Yeah, bro, I ain't never seen this game like that forever. That's crazy. Josie, you're able to unmute. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I'm on the
Andrew,
table
you're
on
able,
mute.
you're able to unmute. Andrew, you're able to unmute yourself.
Yeah,
Okay, good. All right, bet. All right, we back in business. Like I said, if they ain't like one of the regular people you used to see, just deny that shit.
kid, I was doing juvenile biz, slinging down bags of the mids. Now I'm all grown, walking through this life all alone, never knowing where to call home. I'm alright when I'm stoned, yeah, I'm alright when I'm stoned. I'ma fight till I'm gone. Where did my heartbeat go? Where did my heartbeat go? I can feel my heart leave slow. I can feel my heart leave slow. Where did my heartbeat go? Where did my heartbeat go? I can feel my heart bleed slow. I can feel my heart bleed slow.
I was doomed from the beginning, but wild child, yeah, single mother living. Daddy long gone, we ain't seen him in a minute. Made a couple dollars in my mind, got spinning. I gotta say, man, superstar status with the place, man. I was doing numbers like Rain Man, homies banging rocks like a caveman. Cities far and wide was a plug, but in my city I'm a made man. Whole life had to face opposition. Hard times gave me ambition. Betrayal left me condition. Being broke gave me my mission. This cold world made my ammunition. And anybody can get it. I'm a vet in this shit. You could try me, I'm with it. I get respect in this. I was forced to grow up. Really all it did was Made me cold, now I couldn't be a
When I
kid,
was a
cuz.
child, I was raising hell buck wild, always separated from the crowd. When I was a kid, I was doing juvenile biz, slinging down bags of the mids. Now I'm all grown, walking through this life all alone, never knowing where to call home. I'm alright when I'm stoned, yeah, I'm alright when I'm stoned. I'ma fight till I'm gone. Where did my heartbeat go? Where did my heartbeat go? I can feel my heart leave slow. I can feel my heart leave slow. Where did my heartbeat go? Where did my heartbeat go? I can feel my heart bleed slow. I can feel my heart bleed slow.
C10AFA gold stripe, kind of shit you hang on to in life like good advice. And my vice is in my music, and through it I vent my anger and fear and the love for the shit I represent. I'm a self-employed and certifiable freak with the money to hit the studio and stay the whole week. I'm sick and can't no prescribe medication corrected, so fuck it, I accept it, I'm demented.
Jasmine runs the boutique in town that always has the hippest trends, but before her store became a runway hit, she went to Mid-Florida, a local credit union that gave her shop the business checking account she needed. Plus, Jasmine pocketed $300 with her new account, proving that green is always on point. Now she's turning her A-line dresses into A1 gains, and her financial worries, they've gone out of style. Mid-Florida, your life, your money, your credit union. Membership eligibility, terms and conditions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Check yourself when you wreck yourself. When you start your day, better bless yourself. Trust yourself if no one else ain't got your back, then do for self. Check yourself when you wreck yourself. When you start your day, better bless yourself. Trust yourself if no one else ain't got your back, then do for self. Woke up, it's a brand new day, quit stressing. Make a plan, write it down, ain't no guessing. Get fresh, get clean, now you dressing. Don't look how you feel, that's depressing. Fuck everybody, I'm just expressing how I feel, so I'm not repressing. My emotions can't be distressing. When I let it out, I'm decompressing. Everything all at once at the same time. Feeling too intense, might lose my mind. Can't sit still, gotta stay on the grind. How the fuck am I broke when I work all the time? Overwork, underpaid, leave it all behind. Every day in pain, back misaligned. Where did all my energy go? Press rewind. Waiting for the day I arise, feeling fine. Check yourself when you wreck yourself. When you start your day, better bless yourself. Trust yourself if no one else ain't got your back, then do for self. Check yourself when you wreck yourself. When you start your day, better bless yourself. Trust yourself if no one else ain't got your back, then do for self.
When my alarm goes off, I'ma just get up. No more pushing snooze, I'ma just sit up. I struggle just to get the fuck out of bed. Negative thoughts running in my head. Emotions affecting my work ethic. Paychecks looking so pathetic. Intrusive thoughts don't intercept. Can't control my feeling enough. Remember every day's a new start. Trying to live with a grateful heart. Shit going on, but it's about perspective. Right now I'm feeling real perceptive. Every day ain't the worst day ever. Thoughts evolving to be real clever. Winning every day I make it through. If I fail, then that's okay too.
Check yourself when you wreck yourself. When you start your day, better bless yourself. Trust yourself if no one else ain't got your back, then do for self. Check yourself when you wreck yourself. When you start your day, better bless yourself. Trust yourself if no one else ain't got your back, then do for self. Check yourself when you wreck yourself. When you start your day, better bless yourself. Trust yourself if no one else ain't got your back, then do for self. Check yourself when you wreck yourself. When you start your day, better bless yourself. Trust yourself if no one else ain't got your back, then do for self.
silly blackouts ain't nothing major. It just happens here and there, I swear it's not contagious. I take medicine to stabilize my many moves. I don't think it's working though, cause folks saying I'm rude. If I'm rude, then so be it, bruh, I can't control it. Need to calm my nerves somehow, find some weed and roll it. Induce a coma with the Xanny and a couple buzz. Don't wanna be here no more, nah, I can't feel no love, can't feel no love. It's kinda dreary outside, just like inside my mind. If I don't let out a laugh, I might just break down and cry. If I cry and you laugh, then I black out and you die. When I wake up, I will ask myself what happened and why. It's kinda dreary outside, just like inside my mind. If I don't let out a laugh, I might just break down and cry. If I cry and you laugh, then I black out and you die. When I wake up, I will ask myself what happened and why. These antidepressants ain't doing shit. I self-medicate to keep myself from losing it. My doctor says I'm doing it wrong, I should get a grip. That fool don't know what he talking about, he can eat a dick. Simply said, I've been dealing for a long time. Should've been in therapy since the age of 5. Ain't get no help, so I learned how to help myself. Ain't choose my hand playing with the cards that I was dealt. Intense. It's kinda dreary outside, just like inside my mind. If I don't let out a laugh, I might just break down and cry. If I cry and you laugh, then I black out and you die. When I wake up, I will ask myself what happened and why. It's kinda dreary outside, just like inside my mind. If I don't let out a laugh, I might just break down and cry. If I cry and you laugh, then I black out and you die. When I wake up, I will ask myself what happened and why.
University of Phoenix is transfer friendly. And when you transfer in 12 to 60 credits, you're eligible for up to a $3,000 scholarship. Because friends do the little things that can change oh no to oh yeah. Get started at phoenix.edu.
Easter's in full bloom at Whole Foods Market with great deals on spiral cut bone-in ham and leg of lamb, both crowd pleasers. Round out your spread with quiche, deviled eggs, and delicious catering platters from Prepared Foods. Oh, and remember to pick up a Whole Foods Market bunny cake from the bakery. Strapped for time? They cater too, with delicious options available without the effort. Find hundreds of Easter deals and delights now at Whole Foods Market.
Yo, Luca, what the is this?
Sleeping in the back of the car. Nowadays, that's not bizarre. Clock on tuck, don't even start the way I feel I won't win this war. Try your luck, I stop your heart. No debate, my soul is scarred. Trauma got me really dark. I'm black as fuck, no black as tar. No dreams here, no shooting stars. Into salmon, no guitars. Nightmares tear my mind apart. Protect my tears with no Kevlar. Fighting life, need a restart. Will to live is a la carte. Carpe diem, bleeding heart. Depression is a work of art. Just let me sleep my life away, no more new days. Yeah, let me sleep. Just let me be better alone, like in my grave. So let me reap. Just let me reap all that I sow, it does not grow. Just let me reap. Just let me weep the tears that fall, I let them dry. You cannot see. Just let me sleep my life away, no more new days. Yeah, let me sleep. Just let me be better alone, like in my grave. So let me reap. Just let me reap all that I sow, it does not grow. Just let me reap. Just let me weep the tears that fall, I let them dry. You cannot see. Sifting through the dark abyss, no memories, won't reminisce. Suicide on Satan's lips, so a 40 Glock I grip, waiting for the final hit. Misery is hit or miss, suicide or homicide. Either way somebody dies, words to hurt so why they lie. Bury all my pain inside, won't reach out, won't even try. It would be a waste of time. If they ask I'll say I'm fine, found out later that I lied. Until then I paint a smile over my steady decline. Just let me sleep my life away, no more new days. Yeah, let me sleep. Just let me be better alone, like in my grave. So let me reap. Just let me reap all that I sow, it does not grow. Just let me reap. Just let me weep the tears that fall, I let them dry. You cannot see. Just let me sleep my life away, no more new days. Yeah, let me sleep. Just let me be better alone, like in my grave. So let me reap. Just let me reap all that I sow, it does not grow. Just let me reap. Just let me weep the tears that fall, I let them dry. I'm so low, low to the ground. Don't make a move, don't make a sound. If you violate, I get irate and mow your bitch ass down. That's how I feel, just on the surface I'm losing my purpose and reason to live. Something must give, more than they take. Cause if you take one more thing, I'm gonna
on.
music,
Until I do it, so screw it, I'm jumping to make it all in. A slap in my face, need a clean slate, so I go back to the house again. Just let me sleep my life away, no more new days. Just let me be better alone, like in my grave. Just let me reap all that I sow, it does not grow. Just let me weep the tears that fall, I let them dry. Just let me sleep my life away, no more new days. Just let me be better alone, like in my grave. Just let me reap all that I sow, it does not grow. Just let me weep the tears that fall, I let them dry.
Daddy nuts, now that's what's up, on point like pencils. Sharpen my skills and my mental, so I can dominate the instrumental. I'm monumental, iconic and statuesque. Well, other silly bitches, silly putty at best. Come on. I'm gliding, I'm wildin', riding, floating, coasting. I'm about to get you, get 'em and get 'em. I'm about to get 'em and get 'em. I'm gliding, I'm wildin', riding, floating, coasting. I'm about to get you, get 'em and get 'em. I'm about to get 'em and get 'em. I'm coming up from underground, from beneath the pavement. Took a mighty long time to have a comma on my bank statement. Do you love it? Do you taste it? Do you have what it takes to make it? You damn right, but I ain't got there yet. I've been preoccupied with deposited checks. Money over bitches and first before fame. Rules number 1 and 2 of the game you play. In a circle, land divide. Depending on where you're standing, you can ride or die. If you die, you're probably better off than going against the offense and being buried alive in a coffin. We do unusual things to enemies who continue to just beef instead of letting things be. Dog, my whole catalog is dusty like antiques. We still move a G a week whether or not you like me. I'm gliding, I'm wildin', riding, floating, coasting. I'm about to get you, get 'em and get 'em. I'm about to get 'em and get 'em. I'm gliding, I'm wildin', riding, floating, coasting. I'm about to get you, get 'em and get 'em. I'm about to get 'em and get 'em. Could it be the way that I am that makes me immune to all the bullshit that makes up the way we live every day? That makes up the way so many die to get paid, which is reason so many quick to hate on this shit. Greedy, they want the pie, nobody have.
I'm a shit show today. Anyways, if you're watching on Facebook Live, Twitch, YouTube, anywhere, and you ain't a regular person, sorry you ain't getting the stream tonight since people want to fuck it up for everybody else. But if you're a regular person, you can join or you can join after the stream ends. Tonight we have my homie Mimi speaking, AJ and Chance, and the meeting will start in 7 minutes. Until then, we're going to bump some music.
Of it. Others are quick to pop off at the jaws with little to no cause except for menopause. If you're envious, run with it. I got something you want, then come get it. I promise it won't be easy to take whatever it is you want that I possess. My money, my game, my fame, my whips, my necklace, my ass kiss to corporate business. Hoping somebody will spin this and add me to their playlist. I'm sick, bitch. You don't want your kids hearing me. If I'm the role model, what would they grow?
If I had that one last chance, then I'd be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, I would be alright. If I had just one last chance to tell you how I feel, for leaving here eternally, I would tell you what you meant to me and what's been going on. I just been doing my thing. If I had just one last chance to say what's on my mind, cause ever since you had to leave, there's some people who ain't been the same, because it takes time. I guess we just miss you. If I had just one last chance to really say goodbye, right before you went away, I think it'd really make a difference to me, and I'd be alright. If I had just one last chance to apologize for everything I put you through, I would probably finally rest in peace instead of sleepless nights. If I had one last chance to say, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, I would be alright. If I had just one last chance to hear you speak to me, what would you say about the way that I carry on in my life? I know I haven't been at my best. If I had just one last chance to try and make it right, what advice would you give that'll make me wanna just calm down and rethink things twice? If I just had one chance, I had one last chance, that would be all that I need. I had one last chance just to tell you, if I get to you again, if I had one last chance, that would be all that I need. I had one last chance. If I had one last chance to say, hey, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance, I would not keep you long. The bond that we had is strong enough to carry on. Inside the songs we sing, the memory of you will bring us closer to everything that's keeping us all a team. If I had one last chance just to say goodbye and tell you that I'd miss you until the day I die. If I could see your face in front of me once again, the room would brighten up and the world would see me grin. If I had one last chance to say, hey, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, hey, I would be alright. If I had one last chance to say, hey, hey, I would be alright. If I had one.
All right, we got like 3 minutes for the meeting to start. If you're watching live anywhere, screw you tonight for people bombing us. Only the regular. Sorry for any passes for you. 2 minutes for the meeting starts. I'm gonna play one more song before we kick off the meeting. Got a great guest speaker tonight. It's a longtime friend of mine. And with that, I am gonna play one more song until the meeting starts.
People typing my name and I see where it's placed just to cover the scars. People chanting my name and whenever I'm in pain it helps cover the scars. Whoa, 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 whoa. It covers the scars. Whoa, 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 whoa. It covers the scars. Told y'all I make my mark in this. I told ya. This because my name attached to the army, no narcissist. I know ya. I was standing at the merch table looking for a marker quick. I know ya. Then a girl showed me a tattoo covering where she scarred her wrist. I told ya. All this love I can't explain it. She held me so damn close, left my shirt soaked from tears like rain hit. Cry closer. Don't Let Go was on her playlist. One day I got a message said, but your song couldn't save him. I'm tore up. Cause I might save somebody else, but I feel crazy about it. Hell, why don't we take the time to help her know? They say my name so loud it melts all of the pain that I done felt would mutilate not even 12. Whoa. Only thing on my mind, yeah, is keep saving these lives, yeah. And all the merch I buy, yeah, it turn around and saves mine, yeah. All down my timeline, yeah. A tattoo showing signs, yeah. That though we got different kinds, yeah. Your scars are just like mine, yeah. Cause when I open my eyes, I see people tapping my name, and I see where it's placed just to cover the scars. People chanting my name, and whenever I'm in pain, it helps cover the scars. Whoa, 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 covers the scars. Whoa, 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 covers the scars. Used to wear a long sleeve just to cover the scars. scars. One day at school wasn't covered at all. Sarah came up to me, I was in love, you see, when she sat down and started touching my arm. Said, don't be ashamed of it, one day we'll talk. And that's when she gave me her number to call. We fell in love quick, but then suddenly, dog, she got murdered. That was the worst summer of all. I tried to end my life because of it all. Imagine I made it, but somewhere in all. Came back to the school and got mugged in the halls. I found out some homies, they wasn't my dogs. They turned around and made fun of me all, but my gun didn't think it was funny at all. Now they battled depression and some of them lost. I made it and still keep in touch with them all. Because I'm a real one with just love in my heart. I put this in my music, I love from the start. I got so many people that love me for all of the things that I wanted to cover up. Y'all wouldn't understand none of it, cause I've been targeted against the wall and then suffer. But all of it had a big purpose to help out the world. If I could go back, I would change nothing at all. I see Tachi a bunch of cons. They helped me snap out of my corrupted mind. I used to think I was alone, but come to find we're all cut the same way. Your blood's like mine. It's like I took all of the tools that we cut inside with to use blood to write a bunch of rhymes. So when y'all ink my name over the cuts, it's like the love y'all show me, it covers mine. Yeah.
What up, what up, what up, y'all? This is another Sober Soldier Sunday hosted by me, dude. If y'all are in the room, y'all are part of the circle. Don't let in anybody who is not a regular if you don't see the face. All y'all have co-host privileges. I played a few songs earlier you might not have recognized. If you didn't recognize them, I'll tell you who they were from here in a second. But I'm super excited and proud and happy to have the guest speaker here tonight, Mimi, aka Intense. This is a long childhood friend that goes back from when I was 17, seeing in some of my worst times, some of my darkest times, and sticking through me with it. And then I've been walking this recovery thing, and then she hit me up one day, and turns out she's doing a recovery thing too. And that's a beautiful thing to have people make it out of addiction, out of prison, out of basically a death sentence to having a recovery in their life and trying to do something different, trying to grow and heal, because not everybody gets that opportunity these days. And those few songs I played were new songs, aka Intense. If you ain't heard of it, you can check it out on SoundCloud. It's pretty good stuff. They hit in the car for the subs, I'll tell you that. And with that, man, I'm just gonna open the room to my homie Mimi. The floor is yours. And then once you get done speaking, unmute your mic, hands up, say things. And if you go to leave the meeting, it's gonna pop up and say leave call or close it for everybody. Just leave the call, please do not close it for everybody. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? Thank you, D. Thank y'all for having me. Like he said, we go way back to the shit, like when we was in it deep. Just want to let y'all know this is my first time speaking about my recovery story and my life and all that stuff. So bear with me. I guess I got to start from the beginning of when I was a kid and how fucked up that shit was. Didn't have the greatest relationship with my mom. Parents got divorced when I was like 3. And like at first shit was all right. It was cool. And then my mom met my stepdad, which then brought along 2 stepbrothers. And one of them decided that it was okay to touch me and molest me and shit. So I was scarred from that shit, and I couldn't tell nobody because he was like, if you tell somebody, you gonna get in trouble too. And then one day we was like in the closet or some shit, and we got caught in the closet. And sure enough, we both got in trouble for it. So it kind of drilled home for me that I'm gonna be in trouble for it if I ever speak up. So I never did, buried that shit. I always was looking for my mom's approval, but I couldn't talk to her about what my biggest secret and shit. And then I realized one day I was never going to get my mom's approval. And I got to deal with that. But growing up, like I said, I was being molested by my brother for like 4 or 5 years. And then I started wilding, got introduced to drugs. First, it was just weed in middle school. And then I started doing, let me see, started drinking alcohol, cough medicine, anything I could to numb me and take me out of like my reality. Because my reality was shit and I couldn't deal with it. And I would like self-medicate and shit because like I said, I couldn't deal with my reality. I never was taught how to handle my emotions or how to deal with them. So they would go from one extreme to the next. Me being a kid, not knowing I got mental health issues, I'm depressed. Nobody, none of the adults in my life took a stand and was like, oh, you need therapy or none of that shit just for my behavior because I was wilding, getting in fights all the time, didn't give a fuck about school anymore. Like I said, I was smoking weed, doing whatever I could. Then I graduated, barely graduated high school. And then the drugs just got worse from there. I was blacking myself out every day by taking Xanax and drinking alcohol and just partying all the time. I remember one time I got this lump sum of money and I just blew that whole fucking sum of money. It was like $20,000, some shit. I don't even know what happened to it. I blew all of it on getting fucked up. Just every single day. I would freaking, I would put, I would give people around me shit just because I wanted everybody to be happy or not deal with what they was dealing with too. Like if I got a bag of weed, everybody had that same bag of weed. We was all smoking it up. I didn't give a damn. I just wanted people around me to feel as good as I felt when I was on drugs or when I was drinking or whatever I was doing at the time. Because I'm a giver at heart, you know? And I allowed the world to turn me cold, but I'm trying to reverse that now. But we'll get to that. Like I said, I was partying and it was all because I couldn't deal with the fact that this new stepbrother that came into my life was supposed to, I thought he was coming to help protect me because I was the only child. I didn't know. I never had siblings. I was like, oh, sweet. I got older brother. He's going to protect me. And instead, he violated me and broke me, basically. And I couldn't tell nobody, like I said. And then I'm trying to see. After high school, I was homeless for a little while because my stepdad was mad that I was gay. And he talked my mom into kicking me out of the house. So my mom was upset about it. She said, I will never accept you as that and all this other shit. And she's holding true to that. She won't fully accept me for shit because I'm gay. But that's too damn bad. So sad. Can't pray the gay away in this instance. So like when she said that though, it really devastated me and hurt me to my core. Because once again, I'm not getting the approval that I'm seeking from my mom. So I had to bury that down and cover that up with more drugs and more alcohol. I remember I would go to work just so I can pay the little bills I had because I didn't have nowhere to stay, was living in my car. So I would just spend the money I got on more drugs and alcohol just to make it to the next day. And then I would go to work, I'd be fucked up. And they had me in control of the money. And it's the first time I'm gonna share this publicly, but I started stealing the money. So it was bad times at that time. And that was just when I was on weed and alcohol and Xanax. Then I got introduced to coke, and then everything went downhill from there. That coke ain't nothing to play with in my life, at least. And I started blowing even more money, just trying to get that coke high all the time. And it was bad. Like I said, I was living out of my car. Then I was living pillar to post from this girlfriend to that girlfriend or this friend to that friend's house. And then one day, like I was just getting older and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? This is still my 20s, but the coke still had a hold of me and I really couldn't shake that particular drug. That's my drug of choice, apparently. And I kept doing coke sporadically. And then one day I had like this mental breakdown. I had finally gotten my life to a place where I wasn't working fast food anymore. I went to school, became a pharmacy technician, and still drugging, still drinking, still partying, but not as often. I'll put it that way. And then one day I had a mental breakdown at work and went to this psych doctor and they were like, you've been self-medicating for years now and you got to make a decision. And I had to choose whether I was going to keep self-medicating with drugs and alcohol and shit, or if I was going to let the doctors do what they needed to do for the first time in my life. And I was like 26 or 27 at that point. So I was like, all right, I'm going to give the doctors a chance. But every once in a while, I would still drink with my medication, still do the drugs and the coke and shit. And I would always feel a difference between when I was sober and then when I wasn't and I was still on the medication. But that was the first time when I realized, well, I can be sober on some days. I don't have to do drugs every single day. I don't have to drink all the time. So then when I fast forward a couple years, I guess, still dibbling dabbling. And then I realized one day after I got an ADHD diagnosis at the age of fucking 32, took 32 years for somebody to realize something's not right. Even more shit's not right, you know? I feel like this stuff my mom should have seen when I was growing up. And I'm like, damn, 32 fucking years, really? But I got that diagnosis and they put me on fucking methamphetamines. And I was like, all right. So then I definitely had to stop the coke at that point. So I had to make a decision. So if I was going to do coke, I wouldn't take my ADHD medication. And then one day it dawned on me, I'm like, if I can make a conscious decision not to take my medicine just so I can do drugs, and I can make a same conscious decision not to do the fucking coke because I know better, because the shit can fucking kill me at this point. Like, it could have killed me any one of those times. It could have been laced with something. Nowadays they putting fentanyl and shit and stuff. So this was what, like a year ago, 11 months ago. It'll be a year on the 1st of April. Went to a festival back in March last year. 4 days, 4 nights, straight partying, straight drinking, drugging. Didn't give a fuck. Somebody had something, I took it. That was my last hurrah. And when I came back, I haven't touched drugs since. No smoking. I barely drink. I might sip here and there, but it's not anything out of control. And like I said, it'll be a year on the 1st for me. And this last 11 months has been up and down, topsy-turvy. You know, like I have good days and I have bad days where I have a lot of urges and shit. But I just ride the wave of the urge. I'm like, this shit's gonna go away. It's not permanent. And that's basically my story in a nutshell. I know it's really short, but there's more stuff I could say that I might say at a later date, but not today.
All good, Mimi. That was amazing. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Some of it I knew, some of it I didn't know. But I'm super proud of you because I know you're an introvert. I know you had a hell of a life like me, and I didn't know the depths of every situation. But I knew about your dad being the police officer. I didn't know much about your mom I didn't even know it was a stepbrother. I thought it was an actual brother. So, like, even though I've known you since my teen years, like,
put it this way, me and her were doing cocaine in a van together. Like, okay, like, so when she says cocaine got her, like, I remember those days. Like, she found cocaine, I found ecstasy. That was my thing, you know, but anything was my thing back in those days, you know. And to see somebody I've known, shit, over half of my life, though, go through, you know, we're in two different towns going through two different things. I'm going through prison bids and addiction. She's going through her own mental health and addiction. And to see you make a choice to do something different and recognizing when you're having these urges and choosing not to, you know, that's something I could have never done until I got sober, until I worked a 12-step program, until I gave up what used to work for me, or I thought it did, but it never did. You know, all I was doing was numbing my bipolar, numbing my PTSD, running from the world, not wanting to learn any healthy way to cope. The easiest way was just to numb myself and fill myself with drugs and alcohol. And that caused me to be a shit show and very chaotic in a lot of people's lives. And for you to be one of those people that stuck around, you know, until it got to the point where it was like, I'm gonna love you from a distance because you're just too much. Because that's what I became to everybody. It was like nobody wanted to party or drink and drug with me because I was too much. And I know you've went through that similar thing where it's like, you know, it's painful, but you know those people really care about you. They just can't co-sign your bullshit anymore, you know. And it took everybody in the world doing that to me to do something different. And then over the years of recovery, all those people slowly start popping up back in my lives. And like you were talking about, like, it's a gamble these days. You don't know what you're going to get, man. It's not just fentanyl, it's carfentanil, it's xylazine, where if it's mixed with the xylazine, which is a tranquilizer, you're not coming back with Narcan. Sorry to tell you. You're gone. You're gone. You know? So it's a scary thing these days, man. And I just wish more people I knew, or just people in general, would like come to that realization that they're rolling the dice when they pick up and give this thing an honest try. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? It's going to work. You're going to heal from some trauma. You're going to learn to be happy. You know what I mean? Sorry, Jen. I was, once I checked all my socials, I didn't know. I thought you were a bot, so I booted you a couple times. But I did add you as a co-host. Don't, when you go to leave the call, it will say just leave the call or end it for everybody. Just leave, don't end it for everybody. And with that, y'all can raise your hand, unmute your mic, talk, take turns. It's y'all's meeting. And once again, I really appreciate your service, Mimi.
No problem. If anybody has any questions, y'all can also ask me. I'm still here.
Don't be shy. I know everybody's name in this room. Panda.
I got a bounce, but I wanted to say that was a great story, and I really appreciate when people share their stories. It's really cool to hear. You know, there's always something you can pick up from someone else's story, and it's crazy how different we all are, but the same shit comes out in every story. So, for real though, thank you for sharing.
No problem. I hope it helped a little bit.
Panda.
All right. Appreciate your sharing. I enjoy this. I enjoy hearing different messages every day. You know, I always take a little something from it. But today in my life, I'm just blessed to have a God in my life today. And I that was my problem for the longest time. I couldn't stay sober. I was like, I'm a chronic relapser. I'm always getting a little bit of clean time here, then I go back and I drink again. And it never lasts long, but I never honestly did a third step. I would sit there with these sponsors, go through the steps with them, and then be like, okay, but I wrote the shit down on paper, you know, but I never actually prayed. I never fucking reached out when I was going through something. I never picked up the phone. And if I did, it was to the wrong people, you know, people that I know that are just not really working a real program. And I wasn't helping out people. Like, I would try to sponsor people, and they would always end up going back out or something. And I'm like, well, then I would just drink. I would end up drinking every single time. I'd end up drinking. And this time, I had a God moment where I was, where undeniably, God came and met me and showed me that He was in there for me. I was sitting there with my therapist in a treatment center on my like 16th time in treatment. Fucking, and my therapist asked me, "What would you, if you could go back in time and tell your younger self something? What would it be?" And I said, "You're worthy." Okay, and then in the same session, I call my grandma, who's like my rock. She's the woman that raised me. She said, in the same fucking therapist, and she said, "I had a dream last night, and I was with God, and God told me that you're worthy." And within the same session, and then that was cool, whatever. But then I get out of treatment, and I call my uncle, who's here with us at Port St. Lucie, and he said, "Dude, I had a dream last night with you and your dad, and God was there, and they said you're worthy." And this all happened within like a week of each other. So now every time that I have that obsession or any thought to drink, that's what I tell myself. Remember that God said you're worthy. Like I deserve the step. I mean, I deserve the promises that come true with what happens when you do this thing. Because I've seen the promises come true before in my life, but I'm a self-sabotager. I blow that shit up. I'm like, oh shit's getting too good for me. Now I need the chaos in my life. I need the bullshit. I need to blow it up. So I drink and I blow it up. But next day, but then like I drink and the first drink helps me a little bit, but as it keeps going, I turn into a fucking depressed fucking asshole. And all I want to do is call everybody that's in the room. Like I'll call Bryant and I'll be like, "Motherfucker, I drank and I can't keep whatever." Like I'll just be crying on the phone, but I can't believe I fucking drank. I got a head full of AA and a belly full of booze. Shit don't work. I'm going back to treatment. That's like my go-to. I'm swiping that insurance card like it's a goddamn Visa. And I'm just like, oh, back to treatment, you know. And then this last time that I picked up a drink, I was like on the way to the damn store to buy the Four Locos that I was gonna drink, and I'm already on the phone with the damn treatment center. I'm like, "I need you to come pick me up from this Wawa." I had my bag and everything, and I hadn't even drank yet, but I already knew that I was gonna end up drinking and going right back to treatment. So, I mean, I did that shit to myself. But today, I feel blessed, and I feel I'm happy today. And I was happy last year when I worked with Brian, when I did the steps with him. I was actually happy. I was doing things. I was doing service work. I was chairing meetings. I was fucking helping people, and I was on fire. And then I had a really good day. And then I worked with my sponsor. They took him through his fifth step. And then I went and I had a couple of fucking pints of vodka. And that was last August. And I've been in and out of treatment centers ever since then. But I mean, I'm still in a treatment center. It's just I'm allowed to have my phone at this treatment center. I'm in a 90-day program. But I got 68 days today. And I feel great.
Hell yeah, Panda. I mean, like you were saying though, like it's the is it God's will or is it self will? Like, you know what I mean? It's so easy. Sorry, that's my notification on my phone. Nobody was saying shut the fuck up. That's how I feel when my texts don't stop going off. Let me silence that. But anyways, you know what I mean? That self will thing is always like it's easy. Doesn't matter how long you have sober to take your self will back, and it's so easy to self sabotage when you spend your life feeling low self worth, unworthy, right? And you talked about that fear, man. It's fear of failing, fear of succeeding. Both of those are a real thing. Like everything's going so good. When is it gonna, fall apart? You know what I mean? When that's what you're used to. But the thing is, it never has to fall apart. You know what I mean? If you're staying in line with God's will, you're not doing whatever you want to do. Like things stay beautiful, and I know because I did 5.5 years where God was cool. I'll accept that, but Brian's will is Brian's will, and that was my sobriety period. You know what I mean? And that leads you into a miserable, dark place because you're just dry and you're going through all the motions, but nothing's clicking because you're still controlling the show. And, like, I did sponsor Panda. I took him through his steps, and when he relapsed, I was like, "What the fuck, bro?" He didn't pick up the phone. He didn't do anything, but I seen it coming. You know what I mean? Like, there's suggestions to the programs for a reason. Like, don't get in a relationship for your first year. It's a good suggestion, but what did Panda do? He's like, "Oh, I wanna," he found a girl. Shit didn't work out, and shit happens. But it's a lesson learned. You know what I mean? But it really doesn't matter a year or not. Like, if you're aligned with God's will and that's what is in line for you, like, everything will be fine. It's when you're asserting your own will into every situation, trying to control every aspect of life, that shit usually goes south. But, like, everybody's journey to recovery is different. You know what I mean? Like, the whole key, like, mindset is a huge thing. Like, my early recovery, like, in my head, I would be like, I'm a piece of shit. I'm not worth anything. And every time one of those thoughts popped in, I would have to tell myself, no, I am worth something more. Like, there's a reason I'm here. I'm not a piece of shit. I was a piece of shit. I'm not a piece of shit anymore. Those negative thoughts, if you can, in your head, start as soon as one pops in, say something positive to shake it. Say a daily affirmation, as lame as it seems, but you tell yourself, I love me, I love life, I love this, even if you don't at the time being, changes everything because all the years of addiction and drug abuse and mental health, your mindset's negative, your thoughts are negative. So you have to retrain decades of negative mindsets and negative self-talk, and it's not an overnight thing. It takes practice. But the more you do it, the less you have these thoughts, you know what I mean? And the easier life gets. But I appreciate your share, Panda. I appreciate you joining. I could tell, because I see you in the flesh, though, something's different about you this time, and I like it. So don't lose it. Hold on to it. And mindset, man. Mindset is a powerful thing. Anybody else want to share? If not, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to end all the live streams. Okay, I'm going to end the live streams, but the meeting's going to still be going. If anybody is watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and wants to join, you can click that link and maybe we'll let you in now that we're not live streaming.